Good morning, degenerates, and Happy New Year. I've been keeping a pretty big secret now for the past 2.5 months, but everything on my end is complete, so I'm finally able to tell you guys that I am opening up a performance shop. Stay tuned and watch the build process of the shop and come meet the team. Just got some gas and now heading back to the house because I forgot my wallet and I forgot my No Ends t-shirt. No Ends dropped today. That's Benjita's brand. So we're gonna head down to the shop and hopefully take a couple of photos, take a couple of videos with the car, the shirt, in the shop. It's a pretty shitty day. It's raining, gray out, so running back into the house right now. We'll be on our way. It's about an hour drive down. Alright guys, just pulled in. Looks like Mark is already here. So hopefully that means the decals and the logos are done. Hopefully the 836 is out so I can put my car on the lift. First drive with the OMP seat honestly wasn't too bad. I will say the crafted seat is a little bit more comfortable for longer drives, but kind of is what it is. It does feel more solid in corners. I slid it a little bit on the off ramp. Seems really good, planted, holds me in place even with the side-to-side weight transfers. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. We are at the shop now, so I'm gonna go ahead, get out of the car. We're gonna see where we're at and then wait for the boys to get here. Guys, we got the logo put up on the wall now. I think we're gonna go a little bit bigger just to match the size of the toolbox. So right now, that's how the logo is sitting in terms of dead center on the wall. We're gonna do the checkered flag above the tape line right now and then try and see how big we want. I'm thinking we're gonna have it be about twice as high and then however wide that ratio is. But we're gonna do 8x8, so it should be about 8, a 2x2 weave all around. Mark said he's gonna print it right now. We're all just gonna chill out here probably until then. Get the checkers on the wall and see what size we want the logo to be. Just finished taking the tape off. We're about to find center right now. Checkered looks fire. What do you think, Noah?
Dude, it looks insane.
Getting real. We're about to put the logo on the wall. Gonna get a little clip here of one colorway of the No Ends drop. Vin's got the black set with the Supras. So we're gonna pop these on. Me and Noah are gonna rock them while we peel the logo off the wall. Gonna make for a pretty good shot. Oh God, it looks so good. It fits the spot really well though. That fills that wall out.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh shit. You kind of hit that low key. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Damn.
Fuck.
Surreal, bro.
The next day.
I've got the car out of the garage, but just noticed that I need gas again. So follow me to the gas station, get this thing all filled up, and then we will head down to the shop. All right guys, just got to the shop. Went ahead and took a look at how the paint turned out from yesterday. The line now starts from this light here all the way down and across. This is with all the light bars on, not with the main overhead lighting. So my task today is to put back all of the light bars on the wall that were here initially before we took them down to paint. I am gonna try and get some of the miscellaneous trash cleaned up and put away as well, so that we can be relatively on track for opening on the 1st. I'm definitely just like trying to grind this all out, trying to get it taken care of. That way at the end of next week, when this main vlog for the shop goes live, it'll be set up the way that I want it. This is what we're working with right now. I know it doesn't look all that different from when you guys last saw it, but I tried to consolidate as much as I could in terms of little small pieces of vinyl wrap for Mark. Overloaded kind of all the carts. This is the last problematic corner of the whole shop right now. We have just a lot of stuff. It's definitely starting to come together. Like I said, just a few more things need to get moved around. Most of it is Mark's vinyl wrap and vinyl storage. So with the lights and then this final black wall on here, everything is looking moderately put together, which is a lot better than it was a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna get a couple B-roll clips right now of just the logo and how clean the spot is. All right, now that we're basically done setting up, let's talk about what Ne Motorsports is. Ne Motorsports is for enthusiasts by enthusiasts. Our plan is to be able to do any and everything, hence Ne Motorsports. Myself and my team are mechanically inclined. We come from a mechanical background. Personally, I went into the career path I'm currently in as a stepping stone and a way to get more experience hands-on in this field. I started at Valvoline doing oil changes and fluid changes, transmission flushes and whatnot, just because I wanted to be around cars. I wanted to earn my living and pay my bills being around the things that I love every day. I ended up getting my feet in the door, and the next thing I knew, I was a quick lube tech for Infinity. Within my first month, my boss noticed the work I was putting in and appreciated me in that space, but he told me I was pretty much wasting my talents staying there. He approached me with an opportunity to be a main shop tech. That turned into me doing all of the heavy line work in the shop, all the main warranty jobs, all of the CVT, QX60 transmissions, all of the 3-liter turbos, 3-liter long blocks, pretty much anything where an engine, transmission, turbo, some big piece of a car needed to come off, I was taking care of that, handling that. I was able to do the things that I enjoy. I love complete blown apart puzzles, diving in to find the main cause of failure. I loved working there, I really did. And I met Noah, who you guys have seen in this video, and we got pretty close towards the end of our time there. Infinity turned into a pretty toxic shop environment, as most shops do, if you know, you know. So me and Noah were both offered a spot to transition from Infinity to a GM domestic brand dealership. And that was a big culture shock for us. Coming from full assembly replacements, coming from decent warranty times, to something where engines are torn up, transmissions are torn up, differentials are torn up, everywhere, all the time. After being with Chevy for about a year now, I have been one of the most proficient, most efficient heavy line techs that they have. Meeting Kyle, who's another member of my team, became proficient in being able to completely tear down engines, transmissions, like I said, differentials, transfer cases, whatever it may be. I've pretty much done it all, including, performance Corvettes, CL1 Camaros. I've done a lot of work on, Tahoe Silverados, box trucks, G-Vans, Buicks, Saturns, the works. It's been a journey, for sure. I feel like every tech at some point talks about opening up a shop, and doing so, having those conversations at the shop, is definitely what led to the decision to ultimately take the risk and do it. Those late night conversations at the shop, talking about putting an end to the dealership life, to the flat rate mentality, to the constant revolving door of appointments, of work that we'll do but not happily. We ended up
talking about it more and more, and the more we talked about it, the more it was achievable. Speaking on our experience in the aftermarket support world, as you guys know, I have pretty much single-handedly built my M4 apart from the wrap, and building that before fully understanding the mechanical internals, it was definitely a challenge, putting myself in those uncomfortable positions, having to figure it out, because for a long time the M was my only car. That being said, Kyle also has a 240 who you guys have seen on my TikTok. We're doing a pretty much full restoration on that in terms of bushings, in terms of suspension, and then we're going to put a 5.3 LS in it because Chevy. So 5.3 LS, we got a Dodge Viper T56 that we're going to slap in there as well. Kyle, if you're watching this, finish it. Noah picked up a clean E36 sedan, pretty much all the M bodywork and, you know, LTW wing, Dove interior. We've helped just about every single one of our friends install aftermarket modifications when it comes to, you know, Vin completely tearing apart his car for SEMA. We were there for pretty much all of that. We did a lot of the big heavy work involved. So we're not a stranger to this world. It's been a passion project for us for many years now. We're definitely not shy about learning new things. There are things to learn. There are always things that are above our knowledge level, but it definitely doesn't shy us away from trying to learn those things. As important as work was, there are people that I met outside of it who are in the community and passionate about that in different ways, also have a really big factor on being able to make this a reality. Meeting Vin, Jimmy, Dunk, and all the boys in Feliminate has been the biggest blessing. I remember coming into the scene, it was really just me and Shabby making something dope, you know, posting on Instagram and showing up to meets. And for a long time, we were this anonymous couple that was a little bit unapproachable because we didn't necessarily go out and talk to a lot of people. We've been a pretty tight-knit group for the last 2 years. We're all enthusiasts. We all like to work on our cars. After enough long install days in Vin's garage, naturally we toyed around with the idea of renting a shop space. Even if it was just for fun, just to be able to hang out and do installs, it was definitely a conversation starter from the jump. Yeah, I mean, fast forward to October and suddenly we had a month and a half to build Vin's car for SEMA. Incredible opportunity just fell into our laps of Mad Vinyl Works, the shop that wrapped the Supra, were willing to let us move in and use damn near 3/4 of their space, which shout out to Mark, shout out to Chris. You guys are amazing. Thank you for working with us and working in our schedule and helping out, lending a hand when we need it, just to make this a reality. As much as I love the idea of having a tailored space to mess around in, I also want to build a legacy, not just within the street and the show culture, but also in the motorsport world. If you guys know me in person or if we've talked over social media, you'll know that I am very against the way that my car is currently. When I started building it from the ground up, I always had the intention of racing it and not necessarily wheel to wheel. I definitely think that time attack is more my speed. Just because the margin of error is strictly dependent on how good of a driver I am and how well the car is built versus other people around me. Motorsport has been the end goal for several years now, just teaching myself little by little what it takes to be in this space and the sacrifices that are required, the budget, the team. Everything is based off of the fact that ultimately motorsport is the direction that I'll be going in. Vin's brand, No Ends, Vin and Jimmy, just released a couple weeks ago now, a week before Christmas, and congratulations to you too. It's been an incredible journey being a part of that, from the discussion process all the way down to shipping out the first orders. But their brand, No Ends, revolves around the thought of pursuing your passion, and for me and my team, that is what Ne Motorsports is all about. A way for us to be able to implement our knowledge, time, and skills into making other people's vision become a reality. We will, of course, have the shop open for the homies to hang with, but I do really want to turn this into something successful and something that works, something self-sufficient, something that is a name for everybody in the area. There's not a whole lot of shops with the energy to put their all into this. And I genuinely believe that you won't find a group of people that are working on your car that care more than we do. Now that I've effectively got deeper than I really feel comfortable with, let's dive into the shop from a business standpoint. We're planning on offering a full spectrum of services, track prep, go fast builds, whether it be your turbo installs and whatnot, to cosmetic mods. Maintenance is always going to pay the bills, big brake kits, because a lot of you guys are doing, off-the-shelf tunes with bolt-on turbos with stock brakes, and no bueno. So you better take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, is it worth it? Suspension work, exhaust, bringing a build vision to reality. Ultimately, we're able and willing to do pretty much anything and everything. Yet again, NE. The website's currently under construction. Or email us projects that you may have or questions, consultation services. If you guys have a car out there that's stock and you want it to be a show car, you want it to be a drift car, message us. Odds are we have some sort of experience with the platform, and if we don't have personal experience, I sure as shit know somebody that has personal experience. We're definitely willing to work with a lot of people in terms of budget, in terms of step-by-step process. Let's knock out the suspension real quick. Your budget's $3,500. Okay, cool. Let's do some coilovers, some adjustable kinematics, and from then on we can build up. A lot of these cars they already have a stellar foundation, especially if you're in the BMW, the Supra, the G80s, all the GX platforms, all the F80 platforms, even F30s, Gen 2 B58. It's a fantastic foundation to build off of, and it really doesn't take a whole lot of time, energy, or a whole lot of money, to be honest with you, to make these things extremely capable in any circumstance. I would much rather be associated with someone that has a passion for this rather than somebody that's got a blank check and wants something done. 2025 is the year that content gets pushed out. I've been on the fence now for a very, very long time about doing some of this in-person long-form content, but seeing how beneficial it is in terms from a marketing standpoint, it's time that I let my personal feelings about being on camera out the door. This is ultimately what's best for the business and ultimately what's best for me in terms of networking and marketing. So I'm definitely excited to start getting more comfortable in front of the camera and start understanding, how to put these videos together in a manner that is enticing for people to watch through. I think it's a unique perspective being mechanically inclined in a space where a lot of people are more focused on clickbait and thumbnails and titles. So I think we're going to do a pretty good job of cornering the market in terms of content. And I think 2025 is the time that we're going to have not only the time, the extra disposable income, whatever you want to call it, as well as having a space where we're not in a rush to get this thing out. So helping all of our friends with basic installs and having one centralized location where everybody can come and hang out around an environment that we all hold so dear to our hearts. I think genuinely, 2025, it's going to be a lot of work, but also a lot of play. It's going to be a lot of finding out what works for us, where we feel the most happy, and working from there. I can't even begin to stress about how incredible it has been to meet the people that I have and to be given the opportunities that I have been given, learning and seeing that you can make your dreams come true. I really don't think that I'd be here today without Noah, Kyle, Shabby, the whole Lemonade group, anybody that I've had conversation with, or even a little DM thread about specific wheel specs or suspension dialing, stuff like that, that's just made me appreciate this industry that much more. There's so much knowledge around you. There will never be a lack of knowledge. It's just how you perceive it and whether or not you're willing to take the time to learn about it. Genuinely, thank you to everybody that has followed the Instagram, the TikTok, have stuck with me through not posting for the better part of 8 months and getting everything set up so that we have a strong foundation to start this business and this company. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. I wouldn't be building the things that I'm building and nurturing the relationships that I am. So nothing but appreciation. That's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys have a fantastic new year, fantastic start to 2025. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank Thank you for supporting me as I get the ball rolling on the things that I thought were still years and years and years away. And I hope you guys that are just as excited as I am to watch the progression of any motorsports, of Dior M4, of all of these crazy little excursions that we get up to. So I hope to keep you guys in the loop as much as possible. Stay tuned for the next couple of videos. Definitely are going to be bangers. Yeah, that's it for me. So peace out and keep moving forward.